What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Quick video. I don't really think there's going to be any likes or anything. Just man, go ahead and share this video. Get it out there. As an MMA fan, anyone should really know who Evangelista Santos is. And if you don't, you probably know his former wife, Christine Cyborg Santos. So last night, let me just lead up to tell you what had been going on with Cyborg Santos, man. This guy's been around for a while. Never actually fought in the UFC, had a really good run in Strikeforce, fought Nick Diaz, for example. Comes over, goes through some independents, fights guys like Melvin Manhoef, goes out to Legacy 50, puts on a great performance at the beginning of the year against Artemis Young. This guy's 38 years old. After the Legacy fight, he gets the call from Bellator, goes over, and honestly, heel hooked Brendan Ward in a fight he should have lost, and I think to a man he would probably tell you that wasn't supposed to be his fight. He takes a couple fights on short notices, and I mean like a month apart, and it culminates last night. He gets to fight one of the up-and-coming stars. I really think one of the great fighters I've seen come out in a very long time in Michael Page, but basically this is the problem I have with Michael Page, and this is where I don't want to deviate too far from the topic here, but I'll just say, if I was Michael Page, I would go sit down and I would have a talk with Paul Daly about how the UFC deals with disrespect and bullshit in a cage. So last night, you've got Santos shooting for a takedown while Michael Page does a flying knee. Kind of one in a million that these two would kind of meet in the middle. And you could tell right away that, Cyborg was really hurt. This is a guy, like I said, man, he's been around. I've never actually remember a fight where I've seen someone show so much agony. He covered his face right away. He went down to the ground immediately. He started to kick, and you could almost tell by Michael Page's reaction to not pounce on him, and props to him for that he knew, wait a second, something was off here. But then, to put on the Pokemon hat, to go back and kind of roll the Pokemon ball up while the medics are tending to somebody, man, that's what's going to keep your ass in Bellator. Because, like I said, go ask Paul Daly. He'll know all about it. He'll know all about what happens when you sit there and disrespect an octagon or goof around. Maybe Bellator loves that shit the way they run their operation, but, you're not going to go anywhere respectable and clown somebody like that. So obviously, we learned, because obviously Bellator, loves to tape delay their events in 2016. We learned of this early in the day. Nobody really saw it until later on. And now we obviously see just how gruesome it is. It's basically a cracked skull, a depression fracture for Cyborg Santos. They've set up a GoFundMe for him. As I talked about, Christine Cyborg Santos had put up some pictures to show how bad the injury was. And I just wanted to go ahead and put out a video and let you guys see, the damage that this guy took in the ring. And, this can happen to any fighter, anytime, any place, anywhere. And it's sometimes lost in the shuffle that, really bad things can happen. And thank God that, he's okay. And they are still concerned about some swelling in the brain. But, from these pictures, you can tell, look at the fracture in his skull. Look at the dent in his skull. It's obviously, no matter what they say, a critically life-threatening situation that occurred in this cage. So if you guys could go down, there'll be a link in the description. He's got a GoFundMe started for himself. I know a lot of fighters are certainly going to chip in. Wouldn't be a bad thing to do as an MMA fan. But I wanted to just come out and share my opinions on this and want to know if you guys saw it, what you thought to see that type of reaction, knowing now ultimately what's came of this and how you felt about it. So as always, I'll be back in the week with more commentary.